Hard times are common to man, and most likely you have had your share of these trying periods. You might have been through highs and lows. You might have gone through dire situations, or maybe you're currently facing one. There will be times when things don't go according to plan, and no matter what you do or say, circumstances remain the same. You might feel helpless, hopeless, and abandoned as a result of the challenges you face today. Now, even amid your problems, you will have people mock you. They will make fun of you, taunt you, and tease you sore until you are tempted to retaliate. But don't worry, you won't have to lift a finger against them. You won't have to say a word. The best revenge you can have is for those same people who have condemned and laughed at your predicament to watch things turn around for you. They will see as God lifts you and blesses you even beyond your imagination. It will be a wonder and a surprise to them. God will turn again your captivity. He will wipe your tears away. He will remove the troubles of your life and give you a new song. The burdens you have had to bear for so long will be lifted off your shoulders, and you will step into your rest. Your enemies will not have the last laugh. They will not triumph over you. Those that have been mocking you, speaking evil of you, whether behind you or right in your presence, would have to swallow their words when they see God's blessings upon your life. You are destined for great things. You have been blessed by the Lord, and you will see the manifestation very soon. Your blessings will come to you in multiple folds, and it won't tarry any longer. God's promises are going to come to pass in your life. Be prepared to get those blessings. It could be very difficult serving God, living your life for Him, and trusting Him for everything in your life without seeing the physical results of those things that you have been hoping and praying for. People will begin to ask questions. Some will doubt your fate, labeling you as a sinner whose problems are a consequence of past actions. Some will call you and your God out. They want to see the power of God in your life, and so they will mock you and say all kinds of inanities to you. Their goal is to bring down your spirit, to make you feel bad about your situation, to shake your faith and traumatize you. You should not let them get to you. Block your ears. Do not listen to their statements. Stand firm in faith, knowing that God never fails. If He has promised, then He will do it. And He has promised to bless you. He has promised to lift you high. He has promised to make you the head and not the tail. He has promised to wipe away your tears and give you joy and laughter. He has promised to always be there for you, so He won't forsake you. The Lord is your light and your salvation, so you should look up to Him. Things may be difficult now, but change is on the way. God is working out something for you, and in due season it will be revealed. All will gather, and they will see God's goodness in your life. It won't be long now, so just hold on. Let those who are mocking you continue. Their mouth will soon be stopped. They will be a witness of God's blessings upon your life. So stop your ears to their whinings and don't let them get to you. The moment you begin to reason it out in your mind and get worried about the problems that you are going through, the devil is already winning. You are giving space to doubt and anxiety. And the Bible already tells us that no double-minded man would receive anything from God. We are to present our worries, our problems, our petitions before God in prayer. His ears are not heavy that He cannot hear us. His hands are not short that He cannot save us. Focus on God and you won't be bothered by whatever is said about you. If it seems to be getting to you, then go before God in prayer. Prayers back up with a strong faith in God has a way of opening doors and making impossibilities possible. Bear in mind that there is no problem God cannot solve. Just name it. The power and the name of Jesus are far above all those problems, and He will bring them to an end. Are you going through a financial crisis? Have you run bankrupt and gone deep into debt? Maybe you had things going well for you, and suddenly the whole thing plummeted and you are left to deal with the loss. Maybe people are beginning to say all kinds of things, mocking you in your predicament and making you feel miserable. Remember, God is a prayer-answering God. He has told you to call upon Him in the days of trouble, and He will deliver you. He will draw you out of every situation you find yourself with a strong hand. He will fight your battles for you. It doesn't take Him anything to pay back those debts and restore you to your position of influence. He will even take you beyond that level you are thinking or dreaming of. Those that have mocked you in the past will then begin to seek your favor. They will beg for your forgiveness. It might look impossible right now because of the way things are, but you should know God specializes in doing the impossible. It is His area of expertise, and He is ready to step into your case if you allow Him. Jabez was a child of sorrow because his mother named him so. But he won't take it lying down. He would not allow someone else to determine his fate. He took his life in his hands, presented it to God in prayer. He did not sit there and let what people say define him. In the end, the Bible records that he was more honorable than his brethren. The thing is, people might have called you names and labeled you negatively. You might have been called a failure, termed as wretched, and unable to achieve anything good in life. People might have called you barren, but that's not what God says about you. What they say does not define you, except when you let their words get to you. As painful as it could be, the solution is not to cry and lament. The solution is not to murmur and complain. That's tantamount to doubting God and His ability. Hannah had been going for some time to Shiloh, and every year she was continuously reminded of her childless state. She had been lamenting and complaining to her husband, but nothing happened. The moment she became so pained and decided to pour out her anguish to God, she got the answer to her prayers. She had a new song on her lips, and she had a reason to rejoice. You are also going to rejoice. You will have a new song on your lips. People will join you to celebrate things that God will do in your life. Your state of barrenness will give way to fruitfulness. You will watch yourself blossom and prosper right before your enemies. God has promised to set a table before you in the presence of your enemies, and He will do just that. Have no fear and do not be anxious. Just take your situation to God in prayer, and you will see God's blessings in your life. One of the strategies of the devil is to make you lose hope and shake your faith in God. He will come in form of mockers, and they will try to stop you from making any progress. Look at blind Bartimaeus, for example. While Jesus was passing, he shouted for Jesus to have mercy on him. The people that were around him tried to dissuade him, but he kept shouting and refused to keep quiet. When Jesus heard him and bid him come, it was the same people who called him to meet Jesus. So don't let the words of those people taunting you stop you. What they say don't matter as far as God is concerned. It is what God has said concerning your life that will prevail. So look up and walk with your head high and shoulders straight. There's no reason to be ashamed because God will do His wonders in your life. You are already blessed by God and are seated with Him in heavenly places. The manifestation of those blessings will soon become obvious as God blesses your business, finances, gives you the fruit of the womb, and blesses you in all ramifications. All of this is just a phase you are going through and will soon pass over. Jesus was mocked, and many others in the scriptures, including David. But what did they do? Hebrews chapter 12 verse 2 tells us that Jesus looked forward to the joy and the reward that was set before Him and despised the shame. That's what you should do. Look forward to the blessings that God will bring in your life. Look forward to celebrating. Those that have mocked you will surely see God's blessings upon your life.